is up, everybody? It's Canaan, and welcome back to another Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town video. And boy, have we got a lot to talk about. So, Xseed and Marvelous decided to announce an expansion pass that is going to add a ton of stuff already to this game. Now, whatever your opinion is on DLC and all that, and it being announced before the game even comes out, please remember that you don't always have to jump onto the whole, oh, it's cut content train, because more than likely a lot of this stuff hasn't even been put into the game yet, hasn't even been made. So let's all try and stay positive on this. So it was announced just the other day. It is going to cost $20, which is not bad for all the stuff that you're going to get. Now, there was some conflicting information at first. There was a few articles I read that stated that this already comes with the premium edition, but that is not true. It is a separate expense, so if you do get the premium edition, it's going to bump this game up to a whopping $80. Now, that's not really a big deal to me. I mean, I'm already picking this up plus Monster Hunter Rise in the same month, and Monster Hunter Rise, I got the collector's edition, and it's $100. So, yeah, I'm already going to be spending a lot of money in March. But I'm very excited about this because it's going to add so much. Now, what they're going to do is you get some stuff for just buying it, and then they're going to release them in increments in the next few months after release. So let's get into the meat and potatoes here. The expansion pass will include new outfits for the protagonist and the marriage candidates, sub-scenarios featuring small-scale quests outside of the main story, and, this is the big one, and marriage candidate expansion packs, which add marriage candidates and residents based on 3 previous entries in the Story of Seasons series to celebrate its 25th anniversary. Yes, we are getting not 2, not 4, but 6 extra marriage candidates into this game, and they're all from previous games, and I believe it is stated in another article that they're all from 3DS games, which we all know which ones those are, that being Harvest Moon, 3D, A New Beginning, the first Story of Seasons game, and then Story of Season Trio of Towns. Now, this is pretty big, because this also means that since same-sex marriage is in this game, if either any of these marriage candidates were some of your favorites that you always wished you could marry with, you know, a male character or a female character, you can do that in this game. So let's see what we get for just purchasing the expansion pass. First, you will get outfits for the male and female protagonists based off Pete and Claire's overalls from Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town. So this is the classic male and female characters outfits from Friends of Mineral Town that you will get for the character in Pioneers of Olive Town. Then you will also get the new protagonists from Friends of Mineral Town's outfits, both the male and the female characters. I do not remember what the male character's name is, but I do know the female character's name is Naomi. So you will get those outfits also in Pioneers of Olive Town, and you will also get Henry and Holly's outfit from Trio of Towns. So yeah, it's just outfits, but this is just something you get for purchasing it. This is not exactly the big stuff that is in the game, in the expansion pass. So let's move on. The first part of the expansion pass will happen in March, and you will get new outfits for the protagonist, which is animal attire. Now, I of course don't plan on using these, but you know, there's people who do like these animal attires, and also the marriage candidates get them as well. So yeah, you'll have animal outfits to match you and your significant other. That's kind of funny, but that's not it. We also get a sub-scenario, which is called Olive Town mystery files, which are sub-scenarios that add small-scale quests and events outside of the main story, and you also get some new outfits for that as well. The summary is that you join Mikey and Cindy to discover the cause of strange incidents occurring across all of town in this very first mystery scenario in the Story of Seasons series. And you also get detective outfits, pretty much the Sherlock Holmes look. So this one, it's more for the scenario. It's not that meaty, but like I said, this is only the first one. It's in April when we get to the very, very important stuff, I guess. Now, after I go over the schedule of what we get in this, I'm going to touch upon the marriage candidates that get added to this expansion pass, so stay tuned for that. So in April, we get the very first marriage candidate expansion pack, which is called Windswept Falls. Marriage candidates expansion packs add new places, residents, and 2 new marriage candidates based on previous games in the Story of Season series. In the marriage candidate expansion pack Windswept Falls, 4 characters from Harvest Moon 3D A New Beginning move to an airy lakeside. So you will get 2 residents from the game plus 2 marriage candidates. I'll go over the marriage candidates a little bit later. Then in May, we get new outfits for the protagonist and the 10 marriage candidates, which are school uniform sets. They don't have a picture of the school uniform, so I can't put those up. But yeah, we're going to get school outfits. Then in June, we have the second marriage candidates pack, which is called Terracotta Oasis. Okay, so in this expansion pack, we get 4 characters from the very first Story of Seasons game from 2014. They move to an exotic oasis area. So once again, 2 characters from the game plus 2 of the marriage candidates from it. So that's very exciting. Then in July, we get the yukata set for the protagonist and the marriage candidates. So we get yukatas. Once again, no pictures for these. It also adds the sub-scenario, the legendary Sprite Dance. It's pretty much the Earth Sprite Village is livelier than ever, and sprites are determined to revive their legendary dance and hold a feast, with or without Boss Sprite's permission. So it's another little sub-event that'll happen in July. You know, perfect time to have something like that, you know, it being the very dead heat of summer. Then in August, we get the last pack, I believe, in the expansion pass. Yes, so this is going all the way to August, and it'll be the last and third marriage candidate pack called Twilight Isle. In this one, the marriage candidates and the residents are from Trio of Towns, and they move to an island bathed in twilight. So that's very interesting. There's going to be an area in the game that is always dark. So yes, so who are the marriage candidates that get added? We get 2 from each pack, and people have already determined who they are by their silhouettes. So let's get into those. Alright, so let's get into these newly added marriage candidates from past Harvest Moon games. Now, the first 2 are going to be from, of course, Harvest Moon 3D, A New Beginning. And first up, let's look at Neil, who is one of the bachelors. Neil understands animals a lot better than he does humans, and may come off as a reserved and cold character upon first impression. Deep down, he longs for companionship and wants more friends to share his passion of animals with. He's good friends with Rod, and the two often discuss pets and farm animals. So, another character, you know, it's been so long since I've played A New Beginning. If you watched my top 10 best and top 5 best and top 5 worst, New Beginning was one of my top 5 worst. I did not get very far in that game, so I have to brush up on some of these characters. So yeah, he's kind of like Damon in a way, and he's also like Bridget in that he loves animals. So that's very, very interesting. Makes me wonder if any of them will cross paths, or will these characters even leave the area they are in? Like, will they even take part in festivals or anything like that? That will remain to be seen. So let's move on to the Bachelorette from A New Beginning that is going to be added, and it seems that it is going to be Felicity. Felicity is the young woman working at Clement's restaurant as a waitress. After Clement's restaurant and Hoson's Inn have been constructed, Felicity will move in. She lives at the hotel and works at the restaurant 5 days a week. So, and it also says that she loves to eat food. She unfortunately isn't good at cooking. Although she has a secret hobby, and she is a food critic, which you find out in a horror event. So here she's not very good at cooking, but she's a food critic. Kind of doesn't make sense, but anyway. So this should be very exciting for fans who really liked A New Beginning, and maybe who, wished they could have romanced Neil or Felicity as the same gender, and you couldn't back then, but now you can. And it makes me wonder if these characters will get like design changes, like if they'll have different clothes, different hairstyles maybe. Who knows? We'll just have to see. And the Bachelor that is going to be from the first Story of Seasons game, which when they renamed the series, looks like is going to be Rhaegar. Rhaegar is a serious chef who inherited the restaurant in Oak Tree Town from his grandfather who passed away a little while ago. Wanting to respect his grandpa's craft, Rhaegar tries his hardest to run the restaurant in a similar manner that his grandpa did, and strives to be innovative by creating new types of recipes as much as he can. Since he is serious about his work, Rhaegar doesn't like serving people incomplete dishes and will often put his work before his health. He dislikes slacking off and tries his best to be hardworking. When he is working, he will not talk very much to you. You can still give him gifts though. So it's very interesting that we have one character from a completely different game, Felicity, who is not very good at cooking, but is a food critic, and we're also adding a character from the Story of Seasons that is very serious about cooking. So very, very interesting. I could definitely see that. I think he's always been a favorite among fans. So it's going to be very interesting to see, like, will these characters still have similar professions and stories in Pioneers of Olive Town like they did in their original game? Who knows? Because, like it said, unlike past games where they would have characters from other games just simply visit, these characters are coming to Olive Town to live. So it's very, very interesting. And the Bachelorette that is being added from Story of Seasons is one of my personal favorites. Definitely going to be marrying her. And that is the very lovely Iris. Yes. She is Mistill's older sister who works as a novelist. She has a wealth of knowledge and experience, isn't bothered by little things, and has a refreshing personality. With a big sisterly disposition, she often takes care of others. She's usually writing a novel at her desk or leisurely walking around town, living life at her own pace. So, yes, she's very lovely. She's the book type. She's a novelist. I'm so happy they're adding her because she, like I said, she was one of my all-time favorites. So yeah, I'm wondering if they'll take the same kind of gifts that these characters always liked in their original games. I'm also wondering, since these are marriage candidates, are they going to make all new hard events for these characters? Because since these parts of the expansion pass aren't coming out until months later, that definitely tells me that they are making these from scratch. So very, very exciting. Cannot wait to see what all goes on with these. So yeah, definitely, she's definitely one of my all-time favorites, and I'm definitely going to marry her again in Pioneers of Olive Town. And our last two marriage candidates that are going to be added, which are from Trio of Towns. Bachelor that they have picked is Ludus. When he was really young, Ludus came to this town to live with Totara. He does not remember anything about the place he was born anymore. He is a jack of all trades who lives in Lulu Coco. As a childhood friend of the twin sisters, he is revered by the town's children. So, and it says house renovation and making farm circles is his forte. So, I wonder if he'll still be, like, he's definitely not going to be the character that we can renovate our house from, because you've got to have that in the base game. So, I wonder what actually he will be doing in Olive Town. Like, does he become competition for the ones that do the house renovations in the game already? Or will he have a new profession? Who knows? I mean, he is a jack of all trades. But I've already seen people very, very happy that he was added, because he was a lot of people's favorite. So, yeah, we will see. So, the Bachelorette added from Trio of Towns is Lisette. Or Lisette. I've never been able to really hear how you pronounce her name. But she's a cheerful girl who works at West Town's florist at Thousand Boutiques. Due to her parents' influence, she became familiar with plants at a young age and enjoys gardening. So we already know we've got a flower shop in Olive Town. So will she work there? Will she have anything to do with it? Who knows? Because her parents spoiled her as a kid, she can be ignorant of the ways of the world at times. She was actually a lonely girl when she was little because her parents were always too busy at work. But she mostly kept to it for herself, as she didn't want to be a bother. Even now, she enjoys fairy tales. And, you know, she doesn't often leave West Town. So, a girl who, you know, I remember that she, you know, doesn't like to leave town, but here she's moving to a whole new town. So, I'm wondering what her reasons are. She is a strong believer of the harvest goddess, and she prays to the goddess before every meal and before every bedtime. She owns a black dog named Phantom back on her parents' place. So, will Phantom be with her? It's hard to say as of right now, but, you know, this is very exciting, guys. Like, I can't believe they're actually adding more marriage candidates to the game when we already have 10. So, yeah, that is everything in the expansion pass. So, a lot of new outfits, some new little side quests, little side stories, and 6 new marriage candidates, which adds 16 to this game. That is wild. I'm gonna have to replay this game so many times just to see all the marriage candidates. It's wild. But yeah, I'm very happy about this. I will be buying it, you know, here soon. I'm probably gonna go ahead and pre-buy it off the Nintendo eShop. But yeah, this is exciting, guys. Like, I'm in love with this. I can't wait. I just really hope they put a lot of attention into the new stuff, like the sub stories. Hopefully they're, you know, not too short but not too long, and I hope the marriage candidates at least, you know, take part in festivals. Hopefully they actually come into Olive Town proper. Hopefully their heart events are just as good and all that as the others. Hopefully they don't skimp on those. So, yeah, tell me what you think. Are you happy about this? Are you mad that it has DLC and all this and all that? But I really do believe that this stuff is not even made yet. That's why they're already announcing it, and it won't come out until after the game's already out. So, because, I mean, release, you know, we still got about over a month until the game comes out. But, well, actually, almost 2 months. I think about 2 months, yeah, until the game comes out. So, they're probably finishing it up, and they're probably starting on this stuff very, very soon. But, yeah. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, click that like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. So, yeah, more marriage candidates, more areas. That's always great. As always, guys, this is Canaan. Me and Jess love you all very, very much. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Play some games. Stay warm. And I will see you in the next one. See ya.